Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And there's Porter.
Yeah, just leave it like that.
So, here on Copeland Street, this is the street where the newly appointed mayor lives, Kim Janey. Now, if you're looking for corruption in Roxbury, you don't have to go too far. You just have to come right over here to Copeland Street and see all the corruption. I understand that she just appointed Dion Irish as the, I think, chief of operations or something like that. So he's another corrupt individual. And I wouldn't be surprised if they move Ed Coburn to like commissioner or something like that, because they're all corrupt individuals. So this is 27 where Kim Janey stays. She's got a police detail 24/7 right there. And all those people that higher up in city limits, or levels, we should say, they tend to do things behind the public's back. What we want is transparency in our government. We don't want people who are giving us lip service. We want people who are actually going to do something for the community. Now, Kim Janey has been in the community for years. Years, I mean years. She grew up in the community. But can anybody for the life of me name one thing that Kim Janey has done for the community? Now, this is Roxbury. If you go down to Blue Hill Ave down here, there's more drugs, there's more prostitution than you probably can find anywhere else in the city. Right down on Blue Hill Ave, right down the street. There's more violence all throughout this neighborhood. On a regular basis, there's shots fired. There's needles all throughout the community. We've been asking her to get needles and drugs off our street for years. For the 4 years that she's been in office, she hasn't done anything. Even on the Zoom calls, she shuts everybody out. She doesn't even talk to them. So that's the problem we gotta do. We gotta like hold these so-called public officials accountable. So I came down here just to give you an area of where our so-called mayor lives. If she wants to be mayor, she's really better start stepping up to the plate. And there's a lot we have on the agenda. We have a lot, and I want to see what her take is. And just so you guys know, the backstory behind Kim Janey, she's behind taking a lot of property away from minorities in the community. She's responsible for taking down the Harriet Tubman House. She's also had some doing with taking down the Mandela mural over there on Warren Street. And numerous times I came down there myself, personally, to speak to Kim Janey. No response. This was years, so I can speak on what I know, that she's definitely a corrupt individual. And she hides and runs and picks and chooses where she wants to go. The other thing I can speak on too, her and her sister are very rude people when they go to the Haley house. When they used to go to the Haley house, they used to complain about grill marks on their bacon. Now this is the true story. Go ask anybody at the Haley house who worked there. They used to go in there and act like they knew they owned the world and telling people how they want their bacon cooked with no grill marks on there. So there's a lot more to it than that, but you know, if you don't want corruption in your government, but unfortunately it is in there. So now it's our job to get corruption out of the government, and it's time that we start holding the feet to the fire. You know, I'm gonna call down 311 later on and say, what's Kim Janey's agenda? What is her agenda? Like, what does she really plan to do for our city? Because I don't think she does plan on doing anything for our city. I think she plans on doing the same legacy as Marty Walsh, selling out to the big investors. Matter of fact, you know what? I got an inside story in it. I do know. I know someone who knows. And I'm not gonna say their name, but they told me, I believe this is true because all my resources are pretty much accurate, she's going to carry on the same legacy as Marty Welsh, selling out the properties to the big investors. And I heard that her company that her family owns own some vacant lots in the city, and they haven't developed anything on it. They just own the lots. I gotta research that to find out, but apparently there's some lots in the city of Boston that Kim Janey's family own. And I don't know if you guys know that her family owns a construction company. And they've been sucking blood out of the community. Gotta put them on blast, guys. You know, somebody told me to come down here and do it. I said, well, I'll do it. Because whenever people invite me to do something, I gotta come out and do it. And I was hoping to see some corruption come out the house, but corruption don't come out unless it's dark out. Unfortunately, it's too light out, so corruption hides. It won't come out to. The other interesting thing, she's got 4 meters on that house. So that means that's a 3-family house with a public meter. What is that? You guys tell me, what is that? If you got 4 meters on your house, and I know that's not zoned for a 3-family, I wonder who she convinced to do that for. There's 4 meters on that house. Theoretically, 3 for the residents and 1 for the public. So the doorbells are supposed to tell you. The doorbells are supposed to tell you how many residents you have. I see 1, 2, 3 doorbells. I wonder who zoned that out for a 3-family. That's not zoned as a 3-family though. But I wonder who she had to convince that. They got a basement unit down here, and you got an attic unit up there. You got a ground level unit there. So that's interesting, very interesting. But I just wanted to show you some corruption in the neighborhood. You know, and we've been asking her about methadone mile for years, and I don't think she came to any of our group meetings that we had about methadone mile, the treatment centers, and all the other good stuff that we've been asking her to do. She hasn't came out, and I doubt she will come out. She won't come out. I heard that I haven't been on all the Zoom calls, but the ones that I have seen, they don't even let you speak on the Zoom calls. They make their speech, and if you say anything that's vital or anything that's important, they either silence you or kick you out. So those are the private meetings that they have in the city on a regular basis. Not too sure what that is. It could be. Well, it looks like one of those things you put on the end of like a vape pipe. That's what it is. But like I said, you don't have to look too far for corruption. All you gotta do is walk down here to Copeland Street. It's right off of Warren. Not too far from Warren and Waverly if you're coming from this way, which is a one-way. But if you're coming from Moreland Street, it's a sharp turn up Moreland Street. But that's what you got to deal with in the city, with the corruption. So until next time, guys, there's Porter. I'm sure to give you more and more and more to come. Till next time.